Hi, I'd like to introduce some operational aspects of our new TC3900 tire changer. Today we're going to highlight the unique aspects of the TC3900, leaving some of the more traditional aspects like the center clamping and the two-speed motor and those features that have been in Hunter products for quite a long time alone, but instead highlight the operational aspects of the leverless mount head, the control system, and the split bead loosening roller. One of the first things you'll notice about the TC3900 is that the control switches are reversed from the old TC3500 days, so that the switch that controls the upper roller is on the right and the lower roller is on the left. This is because the left control should correspond to the new split left lower bead loosening roller. So this will take us a little bit of getting used to, but be aware that those controls are different. The clamping and motor system with the TC3900 is exactly like you're used to with the TC3710, so we won't spend any time with that. Our bead loosening roller system will operate much like we always did, except for the reverse buttons as we previously mentioned. We still want to rotate counterclockwise when bead loosening. Bottom roller, then top roller is the most efficient method, but either one is acceptable with this clamping means. Now, one nice feature about this is while we're still bead loosening counterclockwise, if we do move clockwise, the pin that locks the upper roller automatically drops into place when we lower the upper roller and automatically pulls back out when we raise the upper roller. So that's a nice enhancement with the 3900. Now when we move this aside, we want to be careful not to change the diameter because we're going to use the bottom roller down there to demount the bottom bead in a moment. So if we change that diameter, it'll make it more difficult for us on that step. So just slide this out of the way, but don't disturb the movement. One of the key new features of the TC3900 is this leverless mount head on this package. The leverless mount head here will aid in our high performance, low profile tire changing, plus ease even standard tires like this. What we do to position this mount head is simply grab the arm and push this button and put it wherever we want. This button here is simply an unlock button, and when I release it, the arm locks vertically. You'll notice it still floats, though, in this direction. So we want to get this vertically locked, okay? Then we'll use lower and raise controls on the arm, okay, to go ahead and demount. When you position this head, the correct way to position the head is to find a gap, bring the head down, and nestle the rim edge in the sort of pocket that exists on that leverless mount head, just like we've trained you for the Auto 34 for years, okay? So bring this down, nestle it in the pocket. You'll also want that head to be vertical. It doesn't need to be precisely vertical. It's very, very forgiving. But if your head is laying backwards or forwards, there's 3 different means of adjustment that you have available to you. The first and most common is the one we're most familiar with the 3700. That is pulling this pin and adjusting this connection, okay? It's best done with it not in the wheel as I was doing, but adjusting that connection. All right, now we're laying the head back a little bit. Okay, not our ideal position. So we'll go back to where we were. There are 2 other places that can affect the angle. So the platen height, whether you're at the top, bottom, or middle position. And obviously we've got the screw column mechanism there that slides the column in and out, and that will also affect the position of the mount head relative to the rim. But as I said, 95% of the time you're not going to make any adjustments, and it'll be well suited for what you're trying to do. All right, so we're going to position this correctly. So we're in the pocket on the rim, and then we would use the lower button, bring that tire down, have it snap into place. What we want to do is, of course, then bring the TPMS sensor nearby the mount head, raise it up, and you can go all the way to the extreme end, and it won't go any higher because we've repositioned it. So you can't pull that head out. All right. Then we demount. What I often, unfortunately, see is people setting the head too deep. So this is something to watch out for. Do not come in here and try to push this head down, okay, or kick it back like that. Because what will happen is even when you grab the bead and raise it up, you will not be able to raise to the full height of the rim. This is because you started too deep. If anything, start at the rim edge or a little higher. Starting point is key. So what do we do now that we're what I call stroked out, okay? Or we don't have no more stroke available. We don't have any. What we can do is lower the arm down, go ahead and use your button to release it, and then bring it back up. And you'll usually be able to get that head repositioned. And again, get it to the point where it's in the pocket, and you can go ahead and demount normally. Okay? When you're done demounting the top bead, just move the head and the arm out of the way. Now we're going to use the bottom roller to demount our bottom bead. This is the way you demount all bottom beads on a TC3900. So again, we've saved that diameter position, so I can bring my roller up. And in this event, our tire is actually seated a little bit. Reseated so I can break the bead again. Now what I'll need to do, now that I've rebroken the bead, lower my roller back down, get my TPMS position set correctly, and take your left hand, get that bottom bead in the drop center of the tire. Then simply push, let the air pressure push that tire up. Once you get the mount head peeking, the bottom roller peeking through a little bit, give it just a small pump of air, and we can begin bottom bead demounting. It's that easy. Mounting practice is really easy with the TC3900 and actually very familiar as well. Obviously bring our tire up, using our button, position the mount head, mount the bottom bead. Top bead as well. All 3900s come with the press arm, so we can use that. When you're done, just press the button, get the head out of the way.